Hi everyone, it's Diane. Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm just watching my timer here. I hit record and it wasn't doing anything, so I'm making sure here that we are actually, and it looks like we're counting, so it's good. Hope you're all doing well. We're pretty good here. I'm going to continue today with our A to Z stamping project, and at the beginning of the alphabet we're in the B's still, so I'm going to use Beauty of Tomorrow. That's what was up next. I also found one in the A's. I don't know if we used it. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my videos because it was in another bin, and I think because it was one of the newer sets I didn't have it in my bookshelf, so I'll have to see if we have an A to go back to. Unfortunately, I need another Sympathy card, so this one was just good timing because it has some nice sentiments in there. I know this is a difficult day. I'm here for you. The changing of leaves reminds us that new wonders are just around the corner. I know this is a difficult day. And then if you're ever in the need for spiritual sentiments, Gina K always has really nice messages, I guess. And this set, I don't even know if you can still get it. This is Have Faith stamp set. I use this a lot when I'm doing any kind of sympathy or inspirational cards. I like the sayings in that. So with our Beauty of Tomorrow stamp set, this did have some coordinating paper with it, and I did get a couple of those pieces out that I think I want to use. It was called Blackberry Beauty, and it had some very pretty designs in there, some foil papers, and then just some birds and autumnal designs. Very pretty. I wanted to use the dies that also coordinate. It has this really pretty filigree. This is, I have to say, this is not a stamp set that has sat on my shelf like some of the other ones and gone unused. I have used this stamp set. This little floral stamp and the die that cuts it out are wonderful. And these little sprigs, I've cut them out many times and used them with other stamp because I tend to mix my sets together. And we're going to use the little bird. Yeah, just because stuff is all together in a package doesn't mean you can't mix and match whatever you like to make your cards. Remember, these are your designs, your creativity. You can mix and match them. So I'm going to start first with a card base of Blackberry Bliss, and this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that I have cut in half and scored down the center. And we usually end up with a 4.25 by 5.5 inch card base. That's kind of a standardy thing. I also need a panel to put in the middle. I know the color seems kind of weird, but it looks pretty when it's all together. This panel is 4.25 by 3.25. I'm using the Retired Cinnamon Cider. Stampin' Up! Has a new color out called Copper Clay. It's a little darker than this. Actually, it's this one. And it is a little darker, but it's really a very pretty color. I have that one because I'm getting stuff ready for our workshop on Wednesday, and that's one of the new colors we're going to use. Then you need 2 pieces of pattern paper that coordinate with each other. So this is 3 by 3, and this is 1 by 3. And we're going to center those and make a nice border around there. I have a piece of scrap vellum, and after I can't tell you a dimension on this because this is going to depend on whatever greeting you stamp. I'm going to stamp my greeting on another piece of that cinnamon cider, and then I'm going to put some of the vellum behind it. So we'll get to that part. And I also have another little scrap. I was playing with colors on the cinnamon cider to cut the bird, and I think we'll use early espresso to make the bird and cut him out. Before we get any of that put together, I want to give this a little bit of texture because this is sort of central on the card. And so just to make this interesting and a little bit more dimensional, I want to put that through an embossing folder. This embossing folder, this one was Tasteful Textures, no, Tasteful Textile. And it's just going to make it a little bit of a, maybe kind of like a tweed. And I can do this directly on my card. I know we usually make a panel and then layer it on top, but I'm going to do this directly to my card base. But I don't want to mess up my fold, my crease, my score line. Okay, I think that's going to work. I want it to go up to the score line as high as close as I can get it. Well, if this fits through, let's see. I won't have to fold it under. Oh, I don't know why I put this away. I thought I was done with it. I cut some of the little leaves using the coordinating dies out of just some gold foil paper because we can use those as accents on the front. Oh, good, this will fit. Yay. Oh, I need my, let me see. This is a 3D folder, so I need that other, there it is. I think I have to use this one. This is plate number 4. I think I just used the base and number 4. Get this lined up again. Because, yes, I moved it. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was probably pretty loud. So sorry. I've been having a horrible time with my hands, the feeling in my fingertips. My poor dogs, I was feeding them the other day, and I dropped, poor Shadow, my son's dog, I dropped his full bowl of dog food all over the floor because I just didn't feel it, and I lost my grip on it, and boy, I had dog food everywhere to clean up. Take that off. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know if you can just see that little subtle texture in there. That's perfect for what I want. Yep, exactly. And I know it's, oh, down there. I know it's getting harder when I sew to grab my needle and thread. I can't feel it really good anymore. I know what it's. I honestly think this is just remnants from when I had chemo, and there was, I know there was one drug that they used, and they said it could cause some neuropathy. Is that what that's called when you can't feel your fingertips and your fingers and your toes? Well, nothing happened. I mean, I didn't have any problems. This has been, thank God, 5 years ago now that I did finish with all of that. And now all of a sudden I'm really starting to notice some changes. So I guess that stuff doesn't go away quickly. But I'm here, so that's all that matters. I don't regret any of those decisions. Let's put our, oh, I dropped one of these yesterday too and it fell apart, so good. I was going to say, watch, I'll go to do this and my tape won't come out. I want that one little bird on the top. And I know I need to leave a space in between these two pieces. So I need to lay this one down here just so I can kind of judge where this 3x3 piece is going to have to go. As a matter of fact, I think I had mentioned before that my son and I are actually doing the Susan Komen Walk for a Cure on Sunday. This is Friday for me, by the way. That's why this won't be out until Monday, I guess. And so by then the walk will be done. I'll let you know if I survive. I'm a little worried about walking that far. I have not gotten any younger. And I really could use to, I need to walk more than just for that, I'll tell you. My doctors would be thrilled to death if I got my butt out there and started walking. There, so that's going to be our focal point. Let's make the little birdie, so I know if I'm going to use him, so don't cover up the ink pad, goofball. I'm going to use Early Espresso, a nice dark brown. I could use one of the ones that I tested earlier, but there are a couple of little light spots on that one. So let's get a nice impression here. Hopefully. Oh, that's good. Good. Yep, I didn't want to stamp this on white or even vanilla. I didn't really want a light background because you know when we cut this out with the die, it's going to leave a bit of a border. Excuse me. And I didn't want a white border showing around him. So I think it'll be pretty on this cinnamon cider. See, I thought I had one little piece of washi still stuck up here. I have to get some more. Put it on my pole. Some of the washi has gotten so old I've been throwing it away as I use it, and I haven't replaced it up here. Oh, back up here again. Did that move? You can't have moved. I taped you. Stay there, little birdie. I think the wind is picking up out there. We're supposed to get some rain. A little bit today, and I think some tomorrow. We were sort of hoping for a nice weekend, but I'm not sure tomorrow's going to do that. Hoping it doesn't rain Sunday for our walk. Oh, I'm sorry. We have gone in the past when it's rained and rained and rained, and it's really just yucky. Let me get a swig. Oh, my coffee is cold, cold, cold. Okay. Put these back in their folder so I don't lose them. And these are called Beautiful Leaves. They match Beauty of Tomorrow. Okay, now I need to stamp my greeting. And we'll do that in early espresso as well. And depending, this one is a little bit more abstract. I was going to say I could just cut a rectangle out and then we can layer that onto the vellum. Let's see. With the font being like that, I don't know if a rectangle is exactly going to work. Oh, look at that. I got around the edge. I think I inked a little too aggressively there. Clean this off and try again. One more time. Tap, tap, tap. Not push, push. Tap. Better. Look at that. Isn't that font pretty? That's kind of delicate. I like it. Nice, nice. And actually, the Gina K stamp set that has that saying in there that I want to use, that font is similar. Right, that in there, as a matter of fact. Let's just do that while I have the ink out. Oh, do I have a very vanilla? I don't want to use white on the inside. Let's hope I have a vanilla card panel here cut. Really? Are you kidding? Oh, I thought I had some. Alright, well, we'll cut one. Let me reach over here and grab the very vanilla paper. Sorry, I keep hitting the table with my knee. Vanilla. Oh, there it is. I was going to say. I knew I wasn't out of it. I have 5 packs of it down there. Good Lord. I won't have to get any more of that for a while. Oh. So I need an inside. Let's do 4. For the outside, I oftentimes make 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 so that I can have a very narrow border. But on the inside, 4 by 5 1/4 is just fine. And then I might trying to think, maybe I'll put I might do the inside with that. Yep. So if I get my Blackberry Bliss and stamp this off, well, let's get a scrap paper. We might have to stamp it off like 3 times. I don't want it to be dark. We want to be able to stamp our inside message over top of that. Three might be pretty, huh? Very nice, subtle. This is a landscape card, so one, 2, And then I was going to stamp this in early espresso. Maybe we'll just do it full strength in the Blackberry Bliss. Match the little sprig. I think I hear rain. I need this to be a little bit straight. Oh, did I put I didn't put our little birdie away. I thought I put him back in there. Don't want to lose our little bird. Oh, come on. All right, finish putting this together. This is our inside. See, I can't grasp anything. What is going on, you know? Old age. Well, I'm not complaining about old age. I want to get older. A lot older. Be around for a while. Okay, now, do I want to just make a little rectangle for this? Possibly, because our whole front is rectangle, so that might work out okay. So here's where I can't really give you a dimension because I'm going to trim around my greeting just so I have a nice even border around it. I mean, I'll tell you in the end what it turns out to be, but I guess you don't really know until you stamp your, let's do it this way so I don't pull my paper down, until you stamp your message. Okay, so this ended up being 1 3/4. If I do it there, that's going to be 1 and 1.5 might be too wide. Right about there, I think. That'll work. So that was 1 and 1 2 3. Whoops. 1 2 3/8. Got a little carried away in my counting. So now we need just a small piece of vellum. So if I did 1 3/8. Let's do 1 5/8. That makes it 1/4 of an inch bigger. And then how wide did I say this was? I already forgot. 1/4, so by 2. That'll do nice. And I can just add my greeting to my vellum. Okay. We're going to add our focal point to the card. Remember, this is textured now. Am I getting off camera here? Going too far, huh? So I'm going to use liquid glue rather than just a tape runner so that it adheres better to that texture in the paper. Ooh, easy there. It probably would be okay just to use a tape runner. And that was just Tombow liquid glue. You want to be careful because if you rub that too much, you can, well, most of it's behind this panel. I don't want to mess up my embossed front. I'll add this and our little bird. Decide where I want to put some of these little gold leaves. Excuse me while I play around here and try and decide how I want this to look. Maybe like that. Let me see. I think so. Sometimes on the camera or when I look on my computer, I get a better idea of how it's going to look. I think that'll work. Okay, now remember when we adhere vellum that you can usually see any of the adhesive that you're going to use. So I want to keep my adhesive behind that brown panel. And if I can get my gold die cut leaves on there, that would be wonderful because and I don't have to worry about another adhesive to get them to stay. Oh, come on, don't stick on the bottom. I want that. I'm not too worried about the leaves because I can. I probably should have put that on the front, huh? We can use a glue dot to, oh, I'm going to cover up that little bird's head. Darn it. I want to cover up his head. Should I trim a little bit of this off and make my vellum background a bit smaller and goober up my paper trimmer here? try taking 1/8 of an inch off the whole way around. Oh, goodness. Look at the thing I'm doing to save a birdie head. It's stuck on my finger. Ah! Off. Alright, let's try that again. Actually, that looks a little wider. I don't know if you'll be able to even see any of the vellum by the time I'm done chopping here. Oh, come on. Thanks for hanging out with me while I... Oh, yeah, you can see a little bit of a border. That's good. Okay. While I figure out what I'm doing. Oh, good. Better. And I do think... Put that on here. Should I have put it on dimensionals? Well, that could have solved a lot of problems. Okay. Yet again, though, I want to keep it on the back where the brown, the cinnamon cider paper is. Oh, everything is sticking. I was hesitant to use this set because I was afraid it was gonna... I dropped my gold leaf. I was afraid that it was going to look too autumnal. But I think it's okay. And I don't always want to use black. You know, I know that for sympathy cards and stuff, that's the traditional color, but I mean, using navy blues and gray, or in this case the dark berry color. I lost that big leaf. Oh, I have another one cut. I think I will put that one there for sure. I'm still undecided, can you tell, about the two small leaves up there where I want them to be. Put a couple glue dots on this one. Oh, stick to the paper, not to my finger. Thank you. Thank you. There. And then we'll put little birdie here by adding a small dimensional under the back side of his body. Oh good, I already have one cut. And then we'll put a little adhesive on the front part of his body so that he'll stay on that, on our little greeting. Can she do this without dropping it? And, oh, I was going to say, and is the glue going to come out? Yes, it did. I take that thing off the back now. Yay, yay. All right. decision on the leaves at the top here. Under or over, or one of each. One of each. One of each. Here. And yes. Kind of offsets the little, oh, you know what, I need another mini dimensional. Oh, that's going to be too big. Am I like being really pokey? I feel like I'm going very slow today. What's up? It's only been half hour here, but I feel like I'm taking forever. I don't know. Maybe because I don't have a whole lot to chat about. I don't know. Maybe next week I'll have more to talk about. I'll have that luncheon that I'll have gone to on Saturday, and then the walk on Sunday. Be careful not to get your glue on the foil paper, because it'll make it all crappy. And there we are. So really this could be done so much quicker just with your panels, the 3x3 and the 1x3 on a back panel. And then depending on how involved you want to get with your decoration, that's obviously that's where I spent my time, where to put the leaves. See, do I want them up here, down there, over there, or in the back? Oops, sorry, hit ya. So here we are, finishing up with Beauty of Tomorrow. Really pretty. And then next up is, what is next? Ooh. Very vintage. Have I used this? I think I have a punch. Oh, punch. Well, this is obviously one of the cling ones that didn't stick well. I've used it a couple times, but nowhere near enough, because this is looking pretty. Yeah, see, that's not going to stick. So I will get that sticky ready for next time. Yep, I have to think about that one. So next time is very vintage, and today was Beauty of Tomorrow. Y'all have a lovely week. Thank you for being with me. Come back and visit again, and in the meantime, go make a card. Bye, everyone.